Hey retro game heads, I thought I'd show off my current setup of consoles, which is quite a bit of a mess, but I thought I'd show it off anyway. I've got my, start off with the most modern, the Xbox 360 plugged in the back via this HDMI cable. That HDMI cable is for my DVR, but it currently doesn't work right. That's the DVR there. And this piece of paper tells me how to switch between NTSC and PAL for this in case I forget, which I haven't forgot, so that's there for no reason. Right, Xbox 360, I use it as a DVD player mainly, not really much for anything else. Controller is plugged in because I played a bit of Skate 3 recently. Yeah, Xbox. Atari Flashback 3, aka Atari 2660. Right, this it is plugged into the side AV cables, only mono audio. Moving on, we got the Xbox, the original Xbox, not plugged in to the TV, not plugged in to the power. It's just there because it's big, fat, and there's no real room for it anywhere else. Right, let's pull this bad boy out. We've got Mega Drive Model 1 stereo sound with the Master System converter on top. As you can see, this isn't the one with the high definition graphic stereo sound on the top. This is just your bog standard Model 1. And this and everything else is plugged into some switches on the back of the TV, which I'll show you in a bit. And it's also plugged into a power strip, which I'll show you in a bit as well. So we've got that. We've got the Retron 3 next to it, also plugged into the switches. I'll show you that in a bit. And this one doesn't stay plugged into a power strip because it gets really hot. It's very dusty, needs cleaning. And we've got my Super Nintendo, which I've been playing quite a bit of recently. Been playing a bit of Super Metroid. Great stuff, love Super Metroid. That's also plugged into a switcher and into the power strip. Where do we go on to from here? Sega Saturn, with an action replay. Oh dear. 4M Plus cartridge. Got that this month. That will be in this month's pickups video. Plugged into the power strip, currently not on of course. Plugged into the switcher 2, PlayStation 2, this PlayStation. Oh, it's very dark down here. Hold on, I'll get a light on this. There we go. Right, PlayStation 2. Slimline PlayStation 2. The controller is plugged in because I've been playing it a bit recently. I've got a, I think that's a 100 megabyte memory card, third party one. And that's a 1 megabyte third party PS1 memory card because mine got corrupted. Now this, the lid is, not sure how well you can see that, but the lid is quite loose. The games don't spin round if you just have it like that or have it down. It has to have a weight against the top, so like that the games will play. So I'm looking to swap that for an old school style big fat PS2, but this works fine, so I'm just keeping this one for now. This is also plugged into the switchers and the power strip. Yeah. Got the Dreamcast. Not much to say, Dreamcast, great stuff. Plugged into the power strip, plugged into the back of the TV and the switches, and that's pretty much it for my consoles. That is pretty much it indeed. Right, now I'll go around the back and show you how they're plugged in. Let's turn this light off. There we go. You see those controllers down there, a bit of a mess. Got your Dreamcast controller with VMU, Super Nintendo controller, PS2 controller, Mega Drive controller. Those are the ones I use the most. Here are the switches. This one is for the 16-bit consoles. You got the Super Nintendo, switch to Super Nintendo, Retron 3 in the middle, Mega Drive down the bottom. Then this side we got the 32-bit or next-gen consoles, which I like to call them because I like to call these the old school consoles, and these they're next-gen consoles. Screw all this modern crappy Xbox 360s and the PS3s. Screw them. Anyway, PS2 plugged into the middle. So if we switch to the PS2, then we got the Was that one? That's the Saturn, I think. Yeah, that's the Saturn. Switch to the Saturn. And this one is unlabeled. It's currently the Dreamcast. These are the Dreamcast cables. But this one gets swapped between the Dreamcast and the Xbox, but I haven't actually had the Xbox plugged in yet, so that one will be Dreamcast. Let's keep it switched to PS2. And one switcher is plugged into that SCART lead, with the RGB cables going into the SCART adapter, and this one's the same deal into the other SCART lead. Now my speakers are plugged in through this headphone jack, 3.5mm headphone jack, which I can now not get back in. Oh, there we go, not a nice noise. And because they use that lead, that means I can plug them into the Mega Drive slot and get stereo sound. Now all of those are plugged into this power strip. They're labelled Mega Drive 1, but each one is switched. SNES, Saturn, Dreamcast with the logo the wrong way around, PS2, and I've got one slot left, so that switches between the Retron 3 and the Atari Flashback. All labelled conveniently. I plugged them into this power strip, which is plugged into that power strip. There's my 360 TV and DVR. So I've got this power strip, which is switched, so they're all off at the moment, plugged into that power strip. Then that power strip plugs into this power strip, which has got all my PC stuff in. Great stuff. Then that power strip is plugged into not sure if you can see it, but there is a little white single socket plug down there, which that power strip plugs into. Then that little plug goes all the way over around here and plugs into the wall socket. So we got you got the socket, you got that leading to a plug, then you got that leading to a power strip, then you got that leading to a power strip, then you got that leading to a power strip, then you got that leading to the consoles. That's a lot of power strips, if you think about it. But what have I been watching recently? I've been watching Angry Video Game Nerd. All 5 series of Angry Video Game Nerd. So there we go. Those are my consoles, that's how they are set up. And before I end this, I'm going to give you a little bit of a sneak peek as to what I picked up this month. That's all you're getting. I'll catch you next time, retro gamers. Goodbye. Hey, look, my feet.